everyone, and welcome to the Roger E. Carlson Fieldhouse for CTN's live coverage of high school volleyball. It's a Northwest Suburban Conference showdown as the Cardinals host border rival Andover. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro, courtside for tonight's action, and it's parents' night at the Fieldhouse. And a chance for an 0-10 Coon Rapids team looking at an Andover team still looking for its first conference win. All four of their wins have come in tournament play, so best of three instead of best of five, and also against maybe some lower level competition.
Yeah, this is an opportunity for the Cardinals to see if they can get off to Schneid, because they certainly would like to get that first win here on their home court. Andover, when I talked to head coach Connie Huberty, she said we've gotten off to an unusually slow start. Year after year, I think they have a pretty good program here over in Andover, and so she said we're kind of teaching them a little differently, and we think it's going to be more of a growing season, but we should be improved by the end of the year.
I believe the original head coach for this volleyball program and softball, correct?
Correct.
Not original softball, but she also coaches softball now.
Correct. There she is, Connie Huberty.
Told me she's been a while.
She's been coaching 38 years. It's amazing.
Long before Andover opened.
Yes.
When did Andover open? 02?
Was it
2000.
2000. I think it was 2000.
Shortly after we began here, and obviously the program, the community has grown fast in many, many sports. And on the flip side, Tia Rosita stepping up from her assistant role to play the head coach role, as sister Talana is recovering, has some back issues she is dealing with. Yeah, so, when I texted with her today, she said she's gonna need a little time to get back. She should be back sometime in October, but her sister Tia is gonna be there in her stead, and we give her a shout out for a quick and easy recovery as well. But we turn our focus to the match before us. Coon Rapids 0 for 10, 4 and 12 Andover Huskies. But a couple of those wins in their tournament just this past weekend.
Yep.
So they do ride a little bit of momentum, and obviously these two teams are always going to get up for battles against one another.
Well, Andover coming off a loss to Farmington, and the Cardinals coming off a tough loss, 5 sets to Pack Charter.
And I believe Coon Rapids had a 2-1 lead in that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, well, they lost a 15-13 score.
Cardinals get to start. Lexi Kavas on the serve. Huskies attack with Danica Lenz and very quickly get the side out in the service.
So Talana sent me a text that she's listening, so we better be on our A game tonight. That is for sure. Otherwise, we'll hear about it.
Long pass back on the serve receive, and Allie Danicke makes them pay. Taps it to the floor, and Huskies quickly to a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, we always talk about runs in volleyball, and Andover looking to see if they can go on a one early here in this match.
Jada Johnson serving near the back line. Nelson keeps it up, a little missed pass, and the Cardinals are not going to be able to get that one back over the net.
No, I know it's always frustrating when you go through 10 games, you haven't a win in the program yet this season. You want to get that first one, but you certainly don't want to press.
Nelson wisely lets that one go wide of the mark on the far side, and the Cardinals will get the side out on the service error. Maddie Wilbur checks in and will take over at the service line once she tracks down a ball.
We don't have a lot of a couple of ball retrievers. We usually have a couple on either side, but may delay things a little bit.
This one punched over by Lenz. Cardinals set up in the middle. Not a lot on that attack. Huskies diving, saved by the libero Riley Powers. But it ends up a Husky point and another side out.
You're going to see it again. Tough one to get. Just not going to be able to get to it. Just soft little put over the net by Andover.
Nelson did not get the angle she wanted on that, clearly, as she sent it into the Andover bench.
So it's interesting, you know, when we came here, it's warm in this gym, but we came here, there was one fan, and I talked to Principal John Pena, said, you guys should get some more fans in here. All of a sudden, there's 3 more.
It's not what you know.
It's who you know.
Nelson tries to dive and keep it up on the far sideline, but ends up as an ace and a quick timeout for Rudzitas and the Cardinals, trailing 6-1.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good timeout. You know, you talk to your squad about, you're down 6-1. It's still early, obviously, and you just want to all be on the same page. So an opportunity for them to kind of regroup here through 7 points.
But can't get a much better start than Coach Huberty's Huskies have had thus far. And it really comes down to the serve receive, how crucial serve receive is. The 2 times the Huskies have received serve, they have had 2 clean touches and set up a solid attack. Ava Shaw at the service line for Andover, up 6-1 here in the first set. Nelson's pass, left up, and that wasn't the strike that Radke wanted on that ball either. Yeah, ends up in the net, 7-1.
I think she wanted to time it a little better to kind of maybe put a little soft one up over that front line of the Huskies. You can see they go up and over, but she saw that little bit of an opening on the far side, just couldn't get it there.
A lot of power on that serve, and Wilbur not able to soften the pass, ends up in the net. Another ace.
Yeah, jumping up to a 8-1 lead.
And I think that one may have gone long, but it was a rotation violation for Coon Rapids and a Andover point. So nice service here for Ava Shaw. This is 6 straight points now. And another ace as it falls a little short on.
Well, it was a nice service too, because it had a little velocity on it, and it kind of came low, difficult to return.
Shaw continuing to focus her attack on that back corner, and the Cardinals having trouble getting it back to the other side of the net. A 10-point lead already for the Huskies. Cabas picks it up. The set for Ashworth. The attack was there, but Andover turns it around. Wilbur, a good dig by the back line, and a pass a little too far in front of the 2 hitters. Falls to the floor. Andover continues to roll.
Cardinals can certainly use a break here and a point.
And we will have that extra break.
Yes.
As soon as the first team hits 15.
Everybody's gonna get a little water break at 15 because of the heat in here.
Ashworth put some anger into that one. A solid attack, but a solid dig. And a quick turn by the Huskies. Danica Lenz gets another kill. And the lead continues to grow. 10 unanswered points on this run for Andover. Lenz is going to get another ace. Great effort from Wilbur.
Wow.
No, she won't get an ace. What an effort from everybody, but Wilbur in particular, who went way past the end line to get that pass.
That was huge. That's just hustle. You know, when you're down 12-1, or was that in? That point in? I thought they marked it out.
They did.
Okay. I didn't see him put it up till just now. When you're down this much, and, you know, sometimes you get down, but just great hustle by Wilbur.
Well, and then a good long pass. I think it was from Nelson to get it back across the net.
Right.
But Cardinals, unfortunately, let this one fall, and the side goes right back to the visitors from Andover.
Yeah, unfortunately, you don't get a lot of time to service, and it makes it difficult for you to get back into this contest.
Now serving is Megan Surgener. Bella Nelson hammers it to the back line. And that was a very clean serve receive, a solid set, and Nelson left, no doubt.
Oh, she pounded it.
That was by far the strongest attack we've seen from either team.
Absolutely.
Thus far.
Yeah, she pounded that one to the floor. Let's see if that gives a little spark to the Cardinals.
Radke serving. Huskies had a little trouble on the receive, and the attack ends up in the net. Cardinal point.
Now, that's that 15 points, 15-4. We're going to take a break. Get a little bit of...
get a little agua.
Get a little agua, correct.
It's and for a team like Coon Rapids that has had a struggle thus far, it acts as an extra timeout.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, you know. Apparently we've been doing this together too long.
Okay, you're fired.
Thank you. I have one more year to get my pension, though. My CTN pension. I get an extra polo shirt.
I was going to say, you do have a better agent than me.
I do. Well, I have the same agent as my puppet.
Then
but I just changed, by the way, so we renegotiated. Well, speaking of, there's Joe. There's Joe's puppet.
He's got some serious eyebrows.
Yep. See.
Nelson attacking from the right side, but the Huskies able to scramble to get the dig and get it back over. And that was outside the post. The Cardinals will get the side out, get a chance again. Down 10. Natalie Ratana checks in and will go to the service line. No pressure, they need a few.
They do need some points, but you gotta be one at a time, and that's unfortunate.
Addison Vocati checks in. She will serve for the Huskies, up 16-5.
Nice service.
She'll get an 8. I am not keeping track, but that's got to be at least 4 or 5 aces.
I was going to say 4, I think.
Yeah. For the Andover Huskies. There's the service error for the Huskies. At the same time, we talk about it being an extra timeout if you're trailing, but it can be a momentum breaker if you're on a roll.
I was just going to say, if you're on a roll and you probably don't want to take that water break as Andover has been. Back-to-back service errors for the Cardinals.
Well, 3 in a row.
3 in a row, that's true.
Well, 2 for Coon Rapids.
No, but I'm saying for the Cardinals, right?
Yes, I'm saying we've seen 3 straight.
Correct.
Service.
You are correct.
Errors. Harper Lean looking to break that streak for the Huskies. They still have the huge advantage, and the Cardinals, a little miscommunication on coverage. Not able to return it. picked up near the back line by Ratana. I don't know, the Cardinals might have wanted that one to go. This one attacked
Too long.
well long by Jada Johnson.
In the game, number 10, Lexi
Cuevas will check in, take over at the service line. Just a freshman getting a lot of playing time, and they expect her to be a big part of this puzzle for the next several years. Great diving save by Ratana. And just a missed timing on the jump attempt by Ava Shaw for Andover, and the Huskies let it fall on their side.
Yeah, Shaw looked like she had an opportunity to get over the net, and as you mentioned, just didn't time her jump right. Tried to recoup what she could, but couldn't get the,
Oh, miscommunication over here. I think Deneke may have wanted to let that go. Her teammates were thinking it was going wide.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Deneke from midcourt will get the kill and make it matter not. 19-9, Huskies lead.
28.
Serving the Huskies, number 6, Jada Johnson.
I knew that. That's what I meant.
Don't listen to what I say, listen to what I mean. No, there's miscommunication there.
Well,
Cardinal end.
We've seen it far too many times already here in this first set.
Yep, we have.
A giant hole. And a huge lead for Jada Johnson on the serve. Great service too. Well, change up fell right in the middle. I didn't see who it was. May have been Riley Powers that dove to get underneath it, sent it over and cross, but out of bounds. Ratana gets under this one. The attack for Lydia Foster. Huskies able to pick it up. Attack and kill for Danica Lenz.
Another nice point for the Huskies, makes it 23-8.
Pushed over by Cuevas. Jousted at near the net. Cardinals keep it alive. Foster on the attack, diving save for Volcati. Attack for Lenz. Cuevas sends it up off of the girder. It comes back to the floor. Sorry, that was Ratana that sent it up. Cuevas ended up almost getting back underneath it. It'll be set point for Andover. They should have a few chances here.
They should.
Attack is blocked. Cardinals keep it up. Cuevas fires it over. Attack for Deneke is under net. Cardinals stay alive.
Yeah, Deneke had a great opportunity to put the game away. She just missed it a little bit, pushed it into the net.
Number 15, Bella Nelson. Wilbur back to serve.
An ace for Maddie Wilbur. They just need like 12 more of those.
They do. Well, you can only get 1 point at a time.
I understand it would take more than 12 to get there, but
well, that would give them a chance. 12 would give them a chance.
Right. As it was, the service error is set point, and Andover will take the lead with a 25-10 win. We'll take a break. Be back with the second set after this.
There was once a time when local sports coverage wasn't what it is now. A dark age filled with handycams and Polaroids and angry crowds. Then two noble souls stood and proclaimed aloud that they'd give the people high-quality sports no matter how. So Sports Nights they became. Delivering stats and highlights was their vow. And Sports Nights they remain. Watch them weekly on CTN Now.
Back at the field house, Andover making pretty quick work of the Cardinals in set number 1. They jumped on a big roll early, reeled off 10 unanswered points, and never really looked back. The Cardinals, several communication issues on their side on serve receive. They did also have some of the best looking attacks. That one by Bella Nelson was the best point of the game, or the set, in my opinion. Humble as it may or may not be.
And again, the Cardinals just couldn't get it.
Unbiased as it may or may not be.
You're not a homer. Cardinals just could not get on a run at any point in that first set, and that's really what they needed. Now they've got an opportunity to come back and see what they can do. They try and be a little more competitive here in set number 2. Because they certainly do not want to fall behind 2-0. We'll see what come out with a little intensity. Huskies will serve.
Harper Lean will start off at the service line for Andover. The Cardinals they need a better start. I mean, they found themselves down double digits before they had their second point of the set. And if you're looking out of a big hole, makes the game so much tougher. And that pass a little too far, and Ava Shaw puts it to the floor. And Andover starts 1-0 here in set number 2.
Yeah, she made it an easy first point of the set for the Huskies.
That one right down the line, another service ace for Andover. They've had a number of them. Foster thought that one was going wide, but found the line. Got Red tracking down the volleyballs in the corner. He's an unofficial ball fetcher.
Absolutely.
Foster's pass right back over. Andover will set it up in the middle. Lean is blocked. Huskies keep it alive. Attack on the right side by Johnson. Cardinals look to respond, just pushed across by Radke. The attack is long for Danica Lenz, and the Cardinals are on the board.
Yeah, and again, I think for Coon Rapids, they want to volley well. They want to continue to volley and be in every point, and then they have an opportunity. As you see, that one just a little bit long.
Maddie Wilbur serving for the Cardinals, picked up by Peregrine. The attack and the kill for Lenz gets the service right back for Andover.
And that's kind of how it was in that first set. The Cardinals would get a point, and then Andover would get the service right back, and then they'd go on a little bit of a run and increase their lead. Let's see what the Cardinals can do defensively to stop that.
Wilbur near the back line. Cuevas puts it up, played across by Powers. Attack coming from Lenz as well long.
So, and then this is what the Cardinals need to do. They need to keep it close, like they did. They weren't able to do in that first set. Just keep it close when they have an opportunity. Put a little pressure on the Huskies and force them to make some errors.
Huge hammer for Allie Deneke, getting it through the block attempt and getting the side out back for the Huskies. Now up 4-2 early in this second set.
McIntyre back to serve.
Nelson on the attack, gets a kill.
Ketch does a nice job elevating, and then she finds that spot on the floor.
Well, when the Cardinals get two good touches to put a good set in place, she is a very dangerous hitter.
Yeah, it was a beautiful point.
Huskies getting caught up a little in their own corner, but able to get it across. Attack for Nelson. Great diving save for McIntyre. The attack by Deneke. Powers had it, and then Nelson. It kind of came back towards her as it came off of that girder. She's not able to save it. Andover gets the point.
And number 3, Mackenzie Rose. Surgeon on back to serve.
And they're just trying to keep this one close. Andover with the serve. Cardinals try and get the point, get the service right back. They won't.
That one's going to go just long. Nelson got there a little late. It was well defended at the net by Andover. They block it to the floor and take the lead 7-3.
Yeah, did a really nice job of just forming that wall and getting the block. There you see it there.
Was Kylie Fish the one to actually put it to the floor. Deneke right there with her. Nelson got that one off the top of the net.
I'll make the score 8-3. Cardinals going to call a timeout here, now trailing by 5 here in set number 2. Dropped the first one, 25-10.
Well, and they had taken that early timeout again in the first set when they went down by 5. At that point, it was 6-1. Here, when they go down by 5 at 8-3. But again, it allows you to re-strategize things. You may be more willing to take one early because you know you're also going to get one when your opponent or you, hopefully, gets to 15.
Exactly.
Certainly, the Cardinals would love to use this timeout to get the thing turned around and beat the Huskies to 15 here in set number 2. Because as you talked about as we were getting started in the second, the last thing they need is to allow the Huskies to really feel momentum by going up 2-0.
Yeah, you have to feel good about yourself, obviously, and obviously going on a little bit of run, reducing this lead, an opportunity to get a little confidence back, and that's really what the Cardinals are looking for here.
Surgener to serve for the Huskies, and she's got an ace.
Now Huskies get the point off the Cardinal timeout. Makes it 9-3.
That one too long. Wilburn started to play for it and then realized that would be over my head. That's going to be long.
Yeah, good decision. She put her hands up at first and said, no, don't do that. That's a point for us, and they need points.
Natalie Ratana in to serve. Set in the middle, but the attack wide for Fish. Point Cardinals.
That cut the lead to 4. Again, we talk about it, volleyball is a game of runs. Cardinals looking to go on one here.
Back corner picked up by Powers. Attack in the middle by Banks. Huskies scramble, but able to pass it back over for McIntyre.
Just a miss hit there.
I think that's Abigail Smetana. That could be wrong too.
Number 9.
She's the only number 9 I see on any of the rosters.
Our favorite number for sure.
Great pickup by Ratana. The attack by Foster and the kill.
And I think that one was heading out. But Cardinals again able to cut the lead to 4. Did you have a favorite number growing up, Joe? Like when you were on the baseball team, always wanted to get that number? Was it 7?
I did wear 7 quite a bit. 4 would have been my primary.
Number of choice. I was -6.
Good pickup, good win at the net for Natalie Ashworth to get the point. She went to the floor. She put everything into this. But 50-50 ball at the net. She wins it. Put in all the effort, gets all the reward.
Cardinals on the net.
And now trail 7-11.
Huskies number 14, Davis Shaw.
7-11.
7-11.
Something these Midwest children
Big gulp.
this age know nothing about.
Correct.
Great diving attempt to save by Ratana, but it will end up being a kill for Mackenzie Rhodes and the Huskies. Back to that 5-point lead. Equipment adjustment.
Tie the shoe. Got to have that shoe tied.
It's important.
Yes, it is.
Fish's serve picked up by Powers. Set for Foster, and that attack is long.
So I'll push the lead to 6, 13-7. That's out. Again, the Cardinals doing a little better job of keeping the score closer than in set number 1.
And the Huskies have stretched it as far as 6 a couple of times, but no further. And the Cardinals have been able to get it back, I think, within 3 or 4 after that. Beneke get that serve right back. And to be fair, both teams having a lot of service error issues.
Yeah, here in the more so here in set number 2, at least for the Huskies. And that continues.
Service error, point Cardinals. In the game, Cardinals number 4, Madeline Wilbur. And number 15, Ellen Nelson. Wilbur back to serve.
Wilbur's serve picked up near the back line. Huskies set it up left side. Great effort by Radke to get that one back over after it was banged through the block by Lenz. Radke on the attack, she'll get the kill. What a point.
Yeah, absolutely.
For the junior Kira Radke.
Yeah, she's able to get that point and cut the lead to 4. Cardinals doing a lot better job here in set number 2. And that's service is out.
That was not
long
not by
much.
And at 15-10, we'll have that mandatory water break.
Yeah, everybody get a quick little drink.
I asked the official, I said, is there a certain, like, you know, it's when the temperature in the gym exceeds 90 degrees or it just feels really warm, is that when you do that? He says, I like to do it every match. It's just common sense.
Yes, absolutely.
And it does make sense.
It does.
Well, and as we've talked about for Coon Rapids, that's serves as an extra timeout, an extra chance to rally the troops. Of course, a little bit different conversation this time when it's 15-10. Last set, it was 15-4.
Yeah, Cardinals, like I said, Cardinals doing a much better job here in set number 2 to keep this one close. They certainly do not want to fall behind 2-0. Because then your task becomes a little more daunting.
Amelia McQuay is the server for Andover. Nelson from midcourt. McQuay there to pick it up. Set's going to go to Deneke. Wilbur near the back line. Powers passes it ahead. Nelson plays it over. Set goes to Deneke again. Didn't get a lot on it. And it's going to spin just wide of the far line.
Cardinals back to cutting the lead to 4.
Natalie Ashworth will take over at the service line. Len's attack picked up by the Cardinals. Nelson will fire back, but long.
A little too much on that, makes it 16-11.
McIntyre serves, Andover up 16-11. Pass a little too far. Deneke pokes it down. Great sliding effort by Azaria Banks, but Cardinals can't get it back over. But yeah, you got big, tall, long opponent like Deneke standing at the line. You make those long, soft passes, you're going to pay. Poked over by Radke, but spins wide.
Again, she this couldn't control that to keep it in the court. Makes it 18-11.
Wilbur digs it off the wood floor. Cardinals able to get it back across. Deneke had a little bluff attack in front of her, and Deneke left no doubt. Nelson blocked.
Really nice block.
Well timed on the far side.
Oh, Huskies feeling it a little bit now, up 20-11. Gone on again a bit of a run. Wow.
Bella Nelson just passed it out of the student section, over the net and into play, but Huskies set up Deneke, and she leaves no doubt. Allie Deneke's had a great evening already.
She has.
Her team up by 10.
Now they've pushed that lead to 10. Make it 11.
McIntyre sends it long.
Well, smartly making sure that they let that one go.
Charisse Vecchio is number 9, by the way.
Number 9.
Charisse Vecchio is a great name to go along with a great number, by the way.
Just a sophomore.
Just rolls right off the
It
tongue.
does.
Just like number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9. Attack by Nelson, picked up. Huskies just push it over. Mistimed on the attack in the middle, and it'll be set point for Andover at 24-12.
They can close it out here. Give them a 2-0 lead.
Picked up by Wilbur, but sent
they will.
back and hammered to the floor by Kylie Fish. And they will take set 2, another relatively dominant win, finishing at 25-12. We'll take a break and be back for the third. Cardinals fighting for their lives in this best-of-5 match.
Want to know the who, what, when, and where of Coon Rapids? Then follow CTN on social media. It's that simple. Whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, keep up with local news, sports, and events. And the people who make our community such a great place to live. So give us a follow, like, share, or subscribe, and always be the first to know what's up in Coon Rapids. That's CTN, helping you stay connected.
Andover, a quick start here in the border battle between the Huskies and the Cardinals. Andover out to a 2-0 lead. Coon Rapids able to keep pace with the Huskies a little better, a little later in the second set, but eventually the Huskies were able to take momentum at the most important time and ride it to another one-sided win, 25-12. The final in set number 2. And now a chance to get their brooms out and head home early. Cardinals hoping to avoid that.
I'm going to say Cardinals hope to have a say in the outcome here of set number 3. Connie Huberty's has to like the first 2 sets for her squad.
Lexi Cuevas to serve. And set 3 is underway. Great block by Lydia Foster gets us started. The Cardinals have the first point for the first time tonight.
Yep. Well, that's all you can ask for. Get that first point and then hope to go on a run and see if you can pressure Andover a little bit. Build a lead of your own.
As you've said, you can only win 1 point at a time.
This is true.
Mackenzie Rhodes on the attack. Cardinals able to pick it up. Powers plays it across. Deneke is there. Set in the middle of the kill through the block for Ava Shaw.
So again, you get the first point, and now you give service back.
This number 9 is on our rosters as number 9.
Yes, absolutely. A little miscommunication.
Again, yeah, that's where we've seen the deficiencies on the Cardinals side really all night long. And again, a solid pass to the middle of the court should never.
Ooh, that didn't miss by much either, but
should never fall without anybody.
Nope.
But
agree. Well, again, what you ask for is keep the score close. Early on, it's close. It was early on close in that second set, but then Andover walked away with it. And then you give it right back. That's the things that I know the Cardinals are trying to avoid.
Huskies number 8, Brent McIntyre. Number 10.
Still a really, really young team.
Yes.
We talked about it, you know, Talana Radzitas took over a program last year that was, you know, this is a program that's seen a lot of coaching changes over the last 10 years. And so it hasn't been a lot of consistency at the top. She hoped to settle that because she came in with while they weren't terribly experienced, they were a senior crew.
Correct.
Wilbur, a long pass across as the Cardinals scrap to get that point across, and they end up getting the point as the attack was long. But
Serving for the Cardinals number 5, Natalie Ashworth.
and a very quick kill for Mackenzie Rhodes on the right side.
Number 1, Zaya Toussaint. Surgeon back to serve.
So that'll push the lead to 5-3. Here early in set 3.
But as I was saying, they pretty much lost their entire starting lineup.
Yeah, they did.
From a year ago. You can see the pieces that they have that are clearly experienced. Bella Nelson, a really nice player. Maddie Wilbur got a fair amount of time, but she's just a junior. But you only have a couple of seniors. Natalie Ashworth, Lydia Foster, and Bella Nelson are really the only three that we've seen on the floor tonight. A lot of juniors and a couple of very young players like Lexi Cuevas, just a freshman.
So now we're tied at 5.
You mentioned Charisse Vecchio is just a sophomore.
Just a sophomore. All right. So there's some youth here in this program, but
tied at 5 here in set number 3. Toussaint plays it across for Andover. Nelson from midcourt didn't get quite what she wanted on it, but the Huskies have to scramble. Deneke finds the corner and gets the lead and the service back for the Andover Huskies. We talked about she's had a nice night for
she really
visiting team.
She really has, but this is what the Cardinals need to do, just keep it close.
Deneke's serve, pass right back over by Nelson. Huskies set it
Great
up.
block.
Nelson with a huge stuff on Jada Johnson on the near side. Azaria Banks, a big part of that block as well.
See, the more you do that, I mean, we're going to see it again, just great timing on the block. The more you do that, the closer it is, as you keep the score close, the more confidence that the Cardinals will get here in set number 3, and they need it. They need a little confidence, and they need to go on a run. They want to stay in it. That's out.
Tag is long for Kylie Fish. And at the same time, you have an opponent in Andover that is, as we talked about, a little bit below what their normal expectations are. And a team that has had a couple of wins at 2 different tournaments, so they've been few and far between to this point in the season. So another team that could be prone to frustration if they start falling into a deep hole to a team that they just dominated in sets 1 and 2.
Yeah, and this is exactly what the Cardinals had hoped for here at this start, set number 3, up by 2.
Strike, attack, and kill for Zaya Toussaint ends the Cardinals streak. Huskies get the service back down to 7-8. Lucy Peregrine checks in and takes over at the service line. And she'll get an ace.
And just a miss hit there on the serve.
Another service ace, and after Coon Rapids rallied to take a 2-point lead, 3 unanswered has Andover back in front. And they give it back with another service error. We're tied at 9.
Yeah, time smartly letting that one go, although it wasn't out by a lot. But you have to be able to judge that. They did a good job of that to tie it up.
Riley Powers to serve. Toussaint's attack picked up by Vecchio. Foster didn't get the angle she needed. Plays it into the net.
In the game, Huskies number 5, Harper Lee. And number 3, Mackenzie Rose. Lean back to serve.
Harper Lean come in and take over to serve. Team up 10-9. They have a 2-0 lead. Cardinals able to pass it across. Huskies will set it up and get the kill for Jada Johnson.
Yeah, very pretty kill for Johnson there. She found that back end. She slams it to the floor for the point. Gives the Huskies 2-point lead. Again, just nice set. to find that far back line.
Point Huskies.
Cardinals step across the line and give the point to Andover, now up 3. Set for Foster, and she will get the kill.
Well, again, not a big run for the Huskies. Cardinals able to get that point to now trailing just by 2.
In the game, Cardinals number 10, Lexi Cuevas. Cuevas back to serve.
Lexi Cuevas into serve. Deneke punches it over, diving save by Ratana. Foster into the net.
In the game, Huskies number 9, Amelia McQuay. McQuay back to serve.
McQuay back to serve for the Huskies with a 3-point lead.
Foster will push it across. Huskies set up in the middle. The attack from Shaw is denied, but the pass too close, and Shaw finishes it at the net the second time.
Opening up a little bit of a lead. Now at 4.
Timeout, Cardinals.
That's a curious timeout.
Yeah.
At 14-10, knowing that Andover gets the next point.
There's
Yeah,
going to be a
get an
timeout
automatic
regardless.
break.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you take the timeout and you say, hey, let's come out of this. Let's take the next 5 unanswered. We get
Exactly.
the lead at that automatic water break. How about that?
They'll take it.
Can be done.
It can be done.
Andover with wins 25-10 and 25-12 in the first 2 sets. Clearly much tighter as we're at the midway point here in set number 3, trying to avoid the sweep. Amelia McQuay on the serve. Cardinals pick it up, Ashworth in the middle. Huskies are there. The attack for Deneke finds the floor, and there's our automatic water break.
Yeah, and speaking of automatic, she's pretty much been automatic for that spot on the floor. And again, she gets good elevation. She pounds the ball to the floor with great velocity, and obviously picking up that point. And a big one for the Huskies, because that puts them up 15-10. Is we can see it there. No doubt, point for Deneke and the Huskies.
Listed at 5'11", and she's got long levers too.
Yep.
An impressive athlete. She's put on a solid performance, and a big reason why her team sits in the driver's seat here, trying to finish it in 3.
Our puppets have more fun than we do. We were just told the puppets are going to be in the homecoming parade. Apparently, again, better agent.
Cardinals stepped over the line.
Yep.
It was a good, quick set to Ashworth in the middle, but a step across the line. The foot fault will mean point for the Huskies. Well, they've taken over, and they win every popularity poll, and
Oh, they have. They do.
attack from midcourt is successful, and it pushes the Huskies lead to 7 here in the 3rd set. Cardinals really need a point. Stop the bleeding.
They do.
Keep the wheels from coming off. There's a big
Get it
stuff
there.
right there from Lydia Foster and Natalie Ashworth, two of their seniors.
And that was a big one because, as you mentioned, stop the bleeding. They needed to do that, trailing 17-11, and if they don't win the set, their night's over.
Denicky
One of the rare,
into the net.
a rare miss hit for Denicky.
I wouldn't recommend that serve again for Maddie Wilbur, but it worked, you know, right off the top of the tape.
So you're saying that she planned it that way?
Perhaps. Denicky.
There you go.
Is not going to miss twice.
She made up for her miss hit by getting that particular one, but she's very difficult to stop. You set her up like that, she gets such good elevation and such good power.
Radke's attack is into the net.
That pushes the lead to 7 as the Huskies are 6 points away from sweeping the Cardinals.
Denicky got there a little late, just pushes it across. Bella asking for it, she will get it. A diving save to keep it off the floor. Denicky just has to pass it across. Radke is blocked, but able to keep it back up. Cuevas leaves it for Radke again to the back corner and just long.
Wasn't far off.
I mean, she found the spot where there is no one there, and she did not miss that line by much.
Love the thought. Just unfortunately couldn't complete it. Great save.
It's another long run for Maddie Wilbur to keep a point in play. Denicky attacks, partially blocked, picked up by Cuevas. Here comes Nelson. Nelson hammers it, and that one's out by a little bit more. Get the line judge some hazard pay. 21-12. 22-12. And again, the Huskies have found themselves up by double digits. Here's the right to the knee.
Yep. Cardinals going to call timeout, trailing by 10 here in set number 3. And it's do or die for the Cards here. They're trying to keep this one alive.
Yeah, the Huskies can taste it.
Oh yeah, 3 more points and.
And again, this is a team. There's Red.
There's Red. Had a chance to talk with Red a little before.
Well, and a team again in Andover that has had their fair share of frustrations.
Yep.
So far, still looking for their first conference victory and their first win in a full best-of-5 match.
Correct.
So it was a meaningful and big win for the Huskies. Unfortunately, barring a huge comeback, will keep the Cardinals on that long downward spiral. But this will be a point. Bella Nelson again, power on that left side. And that's, again, you can only play them 1 point at a time.
Yep,
and
that's all you can do.
Winning the point, we talk about it all the time, the importance of winning the point out of the timeout.
Exactly.
Denicky, that's passed right back across. that one is going long.
Well, Cardinals trying to keep this one alive now. Trail by 8.
Getting the rally caps out. Deneke on the attack. Good hold by Wilbur.
Point Huskies.
Not quite enough air under that pass for a Cardinal to get to it, so it will fall. And the Huskies get a chance to serve, 2 points away from a sweep. Megan Surgener. Dug out by Wilbur, the attack by Nelson. Huskies are there. Here comes Deneke.
Oh. I think that
took a while, and then
I think that one was in.
Yeah, and the judges saw it that way as well. Clearly, our line judge thought about it a minute, wasn't sure, but now it will be match point.
There it is.
There it is. A soft pass back off the serve. And Kylie Fish puts it to the floor.
Well, a little improvement for the Cardinals. Each set it was 25-10, 25-12, 25-14, but not enough of an improvement to get them a game. And they will be swept here and fall to 0-11.
And as we talk about year after year, sport after sport, the road never gets easier in this conference and section. But the Cardinals' search for answers will continue. And that is going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us. There's a look at what we got coming up. Boys and girls soccer with Bill Hupp and Jerry Grant.
Yeah, 18.
Tomorrow night. Howie and I will be at the football game on Friday against Champlin Park. And then we will be at the boys and girls soccer game against Totino Grace next Tuesday. But that is going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score, Andover in 3, 25, 10, 12, and 14. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN for the entire crew, including producer Neil Highlights Hennon and my partner Howie Shapiro. I'm Joe Young. Say good night.